Hey everybody, I'm Boom.
And I'm Spice. Oh, we've got a very special guest this episode. The same guest we've had for the past 6 poetry potlucks and homemade poetries, and Haiku Week, which turned out to be one episode that just happened to be titled an entire week for some reason. It's not like we read more haikus or something. I don't know. We should have made it a little more festive or just called it Haiku Day. But
All Haiku Day.
All Haiku Day. It was a good time,
Haiku
though.
evening. Haiku pretty
afternoon.
late at night.
Yeah.
Haiku hour. It was a good time. But
Yeah. I think one more of my visits on here, if I don't get a guest of the week or guest of the podcast.
yeah, well, that goes without saying. You're
Okay,
the-
all right, yeah.
You're like the resident guest.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, I think
The once
you
and
invited me
future
back.
guest. You're the one.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah.
It goes without saying.
I'll take that.
It's like if one dude was in the NBA.
You'd be MVP every
Yeah,
day.
exactly. It's like, I better get MVP. It's like, of course you are. You're the one
Don't
person in the
sweat
NBA. Don't even
You got
think
this-
about it.
I'll take
You got
that.
it
You're the
locked
only
down.
scorer in this league.
I'll take MVP.
Your record's unassailable right now.
So-
We've thought about getting other guests on.
Yeah,
None of them
we-
will come anywhere close to the amount of time you've been on the podcast, the number
They
of
would have
episodes.
to
I
really
do
pump
got
out
time.
something
It
excellent.
would take an entire day of them just sitting down and reading poetry with
Yeah.
us to the cumulative time in the podcast. You're like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
Yeah.
of the podcast.
I mean,
I'll get that
Haiku
dancing.
Week in itself was over 2 hours long.
It might, yeah. I think it's our
It was-
longest
yeah,
episode outside
it's
of
like
maybe I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings.
Yeah, I think
Like, that's the
I
sole
think they were within
episode,
a
yeah.
minute of
Oh,
each
if we
other.
didn't call it two, we could have went
Oh, yeah.
2
Oh, yeah,
hours.
yeah.
Yeah, we could have kept on riffing. So you're well ahead of any other stat holder in that regard.
Guest
Don't
MVP.
sweat it. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, dude. It's like being like sixth man of the year. Like you may be on the bench, but you're the best bench player in the entire league, dude.
Oh.
You're like
I'll
the
take it. I'll take it.
yeah, like you're like Lou Williams. There's
And
no
so will
shame.
they, yeah.
There's no shame in
Nothing
being
wrong
Lou
with it.
Williams.
Yeah.
Or like Jamal Crawford. Everybody loves Jamal Crawford.
And Drake even mentioned Lou Williams in a song. It's a whole song's about it.
I believe it. Lou Williams was hot stuff, man. Don't sleep on Lou Will. He'll drop 40 on you off the bench.
6th man of the year, man.
Exactly, dude. You're killing it, man.
Heck yeah.
Also, being sixth man of the year, who blames the sixth man for failure? Nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
The
Yeah,
podcast
yeah.
doesn't go well. It's on us.
Right, yeah. I'm gonna start
Exactly,
dropping
dude,
some
you're-
turds on here then.
Starting
Oh.
intentionally bad poetry.
Going here like a greasy turd pig and just come here.
You weirdo. What a weird thing. You're so clever just in conversation, but then you write, you're just like, love's good. Hate's not good, it's bad. I hate it. Then you're like, yeah, I don't want to be a nasty pig when it comes to poetry.
You just didn't even think about throwing simple just your everyday speech. Just use that.
I think I use it all up.
That's
in
a
the
symbol.
conversation. I don't even have none of it left. I'm up to it
Write a poem about that.
Being a greasy
Use
turd
that.
pig.
Oink, oink, oink. I am Bam.
Greasy.
I write poetry in my pen with my pen.
Oh man. So should I kick it off?
It looks like you're getting ready to.
I'm itching now. All right. This one. Oh, I did it again. You know what? The funny thing is, as I'm looking at this has no symbolism. But it does have a lot of rhyme.
Oh boy! Yay!
Oh, there's a lot of rhyming.
It's like you've been making fruit salads for for the potluck, but it's just like watermelon. It's
just bacon
it's
in
just
there,
cute
man.
watermelon. It's like, oh man, here's my fruit salad. It's not bad.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
I gotta zone in. Hold on. All right, zoned in. All right, good at this. Man, I really wish I was good at this. I told you I wasn't when I mentioned. So why are you this mad? I think I know why though. I make it seem as though I'm the best at this. When I'm with you, it seems that I don't miss at this. But when I'm just with me, it's very clear to see, and I will always just wish to be good at this. Bang, man! Another one. DJ Khaled.
So, I want you to get better at this.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. When I come back to the third one, it's gonna be way more advanced. I'm gonna use the symbolism. I'm gonna take all this in. Well, that one wasn't bad.
It's
No,
super,
yeah.
super easy to do.
It's not bad. It just goes back to like maybe if you were to set up a situation, right? Like time's ticking off the clock. You know, I'm isolating. All my
doing that
all
the
my
next one.
teammates are covered. I'm dribbling down the court. It's in my face pipe, no options. I pull up. I shoot. Hangs off the rim. I'm devastated. That's what love's like. Something like that. I don't know.
I did have. I think I had some symbolism, which went with our basketball thing with the 6 men, maybe and Lou Williams. We all went over that.
Yeah, Lou Williams.
I said, when I'm with you, I don't miss at this.
We gotta
You know
give
what I
some
mean?
context.
What?
That was like.
That was
That
on
wasn't
air.
on the podcast.
Yeah, that was on air.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
I even thought that before I said it. I'm like, I don't know if we said it before. We like, yeah. Because I was like, man, I need an MVP,
my
and you
God.
guys, you're the only player, and then we went into that whole thing.
That was on the podcast. I didn't realize it.
Oh wait, homemade
Oh
poetry
my goodness!
episode.
That was the only one.
That's what this is.
Oh,
6 minutes and 40 seconds in.
All right. So
Maybe we lead with that next time.
So just back to the drawing board. A little extra
Yeah.
symbolism.
Yeah. All right.
And-
Third one would definitely be leaps and bounds.
You know, you should explore personification, giving human-like qualities to something that is inanimate. I think you'd have fun with that.
Okay. I almost just completely made a turd of myself, man. I almost said, I was thinking, I don't know why this representation was giving like human things to an animal. That's what I've always thought. But I guess they're like also alive. Is that? Could you do that? That's personification. So like that.
Give me an example.
I don't know. It's hard to. Like, I don't know, man. That tiger's got the confidence of Mike Tyson.
Not
I think
quite.
that's
You're close. I'm thinking more like
it's like in your story if like
I see what you're
a
saying.
basketball
Give something
is
that's
like
not
doing
alive.
stuff, you know,
Give it
like,
something like the wind, like flows like what? Well, that's not.
No,
alive
like-
either.
just you're overthinking it. Like
literally
the wind whispers to me.
Yeah.
There.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
person.
Yeah,
I see,
because the wind
something
doesn't
that's
whisper.
not a person does a person thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
Exactly. Yeah. The birds are talking up in the trees. I wonder what they're talking about. They're not
Okay.
talking. They're just chirping.
Yeah.
They're just
They're tweeting
beep
along.
beep beep.
Yeah.
They're not saying words to you.
Yeah. They're sending-
Yeah, unless it's a bunch of like parakeets or something.
Could be.
Oh, poetry potluck.
if I had a parrot, man, the amount of Drake that parrot would know, insane. Oh, I'd want it just to sing to me. All the time.
You the best. Best I ever had.
Oh, I'd freak out, man.
I like cut out some swear words too. I was like, you the best.
Oh gee.
PG, even when we're talking as birds, man, for the kids.
Boom. Do you want to play rock paper scissors?
Yeah, let's do the rock paper scissors again.
Devin has won every single time.
Every single time.
But we just throw the fucking. Oh.
Hey, it's all right. No one listens to this podcast. we avoid swearing if we can.
Okay, all right.
Don't-
I don't know like how big a deal. Like I knew I somehow had to slip the other ones out, but the F word's kind of more.
We avoid
Looked
it.
at.
We avoid it if we can.
Okay, all right, cool.
No
All
big
right,
deal.
no harm, no foul.
This isn't like one of the big information podcasts. This is the
Yeah.
fun podcast.
I was gonna say Boom is most likely gonna throw a paper here. He can beat by scissors. That's my guess.
I feel like you're jinxing me now.
Yeah,
Who
no,
knows?
I'm
I
just
can throw
stirring up the
anything.
pot here. I'm just stirring up the pot.
Rock paper scissors. 1, 2, 3.
I
You're
know what
kidding.
I said. I knew it.
I thought you.
And I knew
Yeah,
I
I knew
said
was-
it probably
I knew
was gonna make it happen.
Yeah, he was gonna double bluff me. So I just,
No.
that's incredible.
That's just my strategy, man.
I have a 1 in 3rd chance of winning every
no
time.
matter what.
I don't even know it's 1 in 30.
If you didn't face me all the Why'd you sound like you were melting? You're like, I don't think it was like, oh, man. You sound like someone was turning down the volume. Like, I don't think it was the one turn. This is like Boomhauer from King of the Hill.
Oh,
It's
man.
like, yeah.
It's that thing I'm gonna do, man. The engine, man.
You do a much better Boomhauer than me. That's good. Do you concur?
I do.
Yeah, that's
pretty good
much
Boomhauer.
better than my Boomhauer.
Yeah.
You,
Heck yeah.
you did a good job. And, like, damn it, Bobby. I feel like I did a decent.
Yeah, your Hank Hill's better.
Yeah.
There's that time you got asked if he was gay. It's like, sir, I sell propane. I guess that automatically makes you straight. It's like, do you remember when I asked you if you were gay in the hallway?
Yeah.
I know I've told you about this.
No.
So,
We've
yes, I have.
I
You
probably-
just
probably
forget.
have.
So,
you caused it.
You were the
No,
yeah
I
weird.
know,
It's like one of those things with like the big domino knocked down by all the little dominoes, and the little domino is you changing his bio, and the big domino is me being called into the office. so
Yeah, that was. I'll take blame for that one.
Yeah.
for sure.
so for the listeners at home, the infraction was Bam changed Boom's bio to say, sorry ladies, not interested, in 8th grade. And Boom, being the dude who rarely goes on social media, did not change his bio for months. He didn't realize it was in there. And then my sister, who was also in our grade, noticed it. Was like, hey, there's something weird in Boom's bio. Is he gay? And I was like, I have no idea. And I didn't have a problem with the prospect of Boom being gay. However, I didn't want people talking out of school. You know, like I didn't want people saying stuff about Boom that was untrue.
Right.
So either I'd confirm it and be like, yeah, he is gay. Or he'd deny it. I'd tell her straight up, no, he's not gay. Because I didn't personally know.
Right.
So I chose the hallway for some reason. Like in between classes, I catch him. And I'm just like, hey, Boom, are you gay? And he goes,
Good question.
no. Like I don't even think it was it was not like a repugnant.
No,
like,
not
no.
apprehensive at all.
No, it's just no, I'm not. Like just as simple as like, hey, are you going to the game? No, not really. Like, no, I don't plan on it. I'm not gay. And our teacher, Miss Morris, overhears it. She had us both, and she knew we were friends. So I get called into the vice principal's office, which you know is bad news.
Oh,
I'm like, what could I have possibly done to get myself in trouble? It's like, yeah, I heard you ask, like, Christian if he was. The mask has been pulled.
Dang. That's his first unmasking?
Rats.
To be fair, I'm almost positive. I've said your first name
I said,
like
no, I
in one
said,
of our
I
in
said
one of the
spices
episodes.
before.
We just need to desperately avoid using last names.
At this point,
Because now we know his first name, and that he lives in a house with walls, windows, and a roof.
they
and we know-
basically have me.
we know he lives on a street.
I wear
and
glasses.
We know he's and we know he's within traveling distance of me. So, and they know my first name. So
They're gonna-
They're gonna start putting
they're
these pieces
whittling it
together.
down. dude.
Someone's gonna figure this out.
They're making a list and checking it twice, man. So we can drive. So they're like, yeah, we heard you asked him if he was gay. It's like, yeah, I did. They're like, why? It's like, well, he was gay. so it's only he is gay. I just wanted to confirm, so if it was a lie, I could tell people it was a lie.
Right.
And I didn't get in any trouble beyond that. It was just bizarre. And then I was talking to Boom like years later, and he told me that you changed his bio, and I had no idea.
Yeah. No, I still feel like a douche to this day for that. Yeah, that was not one of my best moments. It wasn't even funny. It's just mean.
It really is. It's just a mean-spirited thing to do.
It's just.
Let me just
And we had just moved here too. Like, we had just moved to a new school.
Exactly, and I'm
Like,
and what if I was a bigot? Hypothetically,
Oh,
if
yeah.
I was a bad person and I judged people for being gay,
could've broken
me
his whole
being one of his
friendship,
first friends, it mattered. And I'm like, oh, he's gay? Let me just never talk to Boom again. is not how that would go.
Oh man.
Not at all. Especially considering I'd have a lot more questions like, why'd you just date this girl for 3 years? What? What's been happening?
Makes sense, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, she'd be a beard, like a cover story for him. All right.
Did you say it was a poetry potluck? Did you say that?
It's not a potluck. It is a homemade poetry.
It's all poetry potlucks.
We do this
Will you
off.
bring one?
Poetry potlucks. Poetry we haven't written ourselves.
Okay, all right.
Speaking of poetry we have written ourselves, this is called A Water Interlude. I want to be a buoy, bobbing, floating, alone in deep water. Cold, chilled, surrounded by air and water. Nothing nowhere, vacant, desolate. But nothing was destroyed. Not purposefully empty, of course. It's just the ocean, one in which I want to remain. So I have this fixation on water when I write. So I like the idea of being cremated and dumped into the ocean or Lake Erie or something. So I feel like my body would like to not be like
Still.
not necessarily still. I feels like the ground is a sort of prison, you know. It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm dead now. Let me just cover my body in 6 feet of dirt.
Right.
Like, no, if you dump me into the ocean, then it's just gone.
Mm.
I get eaten by fish or turned into like part of like sand, you know.
Right.
Exactly, and then I'm just like gone. And I like the idea of not having a specific place to mourn, because my family, like for a long time, would go to the cemetery. And it was just a big hassle. And I like the idea of just being able to like, well, it's raining. I guess like Devin's hanging around, you know. Something
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely.
So yeah, let me just drive over to the pond and think about my son or something. You know?
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's like I like the idea of just taking my stuff and just like dumping it in there.
Yeah, it's cool to think about that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that one a lot, man.
I have this fear. I've got this weird, deep-seated fear of being an heirloom.
I know. We've talked
Yeah.
about that.
Heirloom.
An heirloom.
It's like
An heirloom
something
is
that
something
you pass down.
Yes, through the generations.
Oh,
Generations.
okay.
Generations.
And my fear is that,
He
let's
doesn't
say you
wanna
get a
do that.
fancy vase, like an urn for me, and it's like heavy, maybe gold-plated. It's a nice urn, the most expensive aspect of my funeral. And now my ashes reside in this urn. It's kind of heavy. It's a bit, it's a bit cumbersome. You don't want it around. Suddenly, this nice-looking object gets passed down through the generations till my great nephew Steve. It's like, what am I gonna do with this guy's ashes that I've never met? And what are they gonna do? You can't just dump me out. You can't throw me away.
Right.
But I mean nothing to them.
Yeah.
So I'm just like the furniture now.
Yeah, more of like a.
Well, and then there's always the
liability.
case, like, you know, if it is like your kid or your parents, whomever, like if they drop it, you know, like if something
it's
were to
devastating.
The
happen
most
to that thing, it would be
catastrophic
completely
thing, yeah.
traumatizing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's
And
no
the
good
guilt,
outcome that
yeah.
can happen.
Yeah, no, man. And the thing was, that's what I wanted. I wanted now. I don't. I knew I wanted to be cremated and kept in the family.
Boom and Spice Afterlife.
I didn't mean to.
No, I'm glad you did. I was saying, like, man, do that. Shit, man. My whole afterlife plans are ruined.
Yeah. Or what if they move and they forget me? And,
Yeah,
and
like
some
all
people
the thoughts I have in my head now are
yeah,
terrible.
some people who don't know me own me, and then it's like, what am I gonna do? Or what if the house gets abandoned? Like,
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
how many urns got left in houses that were condemned in Hurricane Katrina, and
Oh,
now they're
man.
just sitting in there alone.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't think there's an afterlife. I can't imagine I'm peering down, being like, what a shame. But like, I like my body. I'm glad it's carried me this far.
Yeah.
And I'd
Yeah.
like my body to have a situation where it doesn't feel the need to continue
Yeah, it's
to
like a
persist.
sentimental thing. Like,
I like that.
And it's kind of an ownership thing. It's like my body is like I've got this plan where I'd like to not be put in a church at any point when I'm dead, because I'm not religious. Wouldn't make any sense.
mhm.
And a part of that would be like cremation. If I have a wake, people can see my corpse, and then I get cremated. It's done. My physical body cannot be brought into a church once that's done. And you just take the little box with my ashes in it and just go, and just drop it in the ocean. Some like fish nibble up on it, and there you go. I'm gone.
Turn into some algae or something. Get back. I don't know if that's how dumping ash in the water work. I don't want to be turned into algae, but I think you hit other notes.
At some point. At some
Yeah,
point,
then you
because
grow.
fish die,
Oh
decompose.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's like the Lion King. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Circle
I
of
turn
life.
into rain. Rain, gets back into the ocean.
Right.
Algae soaks up some of the rainwater.
You'd always be around. That's cool.
Exactly. So that's the water cycle. It's like that. Yeah, but with my
That one I
body.
do know.
But-
No explanation needed.
All right.
He doesn't know symbolism, but he knows the water cycle.
Yeah. Goes up and comes right back down, man. Sooner or later. Let's stick with that. We don't need to go into
Let's not really talk.
Yeah, let's not dig into it, man.
Yeah, the water cycle's 2 steps.
Goes up, comes down.
Period.
Okay.
We live on a 2-dimensional axis. Up and down.
That's it.
we got 2 kinds of rainwater up here. You go up, boy, you go down.
Oh, man. I feel like half this podcast is me just exposing my knowledge.
And you were so confident. You're like, yeah, of course I know the water cycle. It goes up and down.
That's all I know. I just know it goes like
That's
into
like
the sky, and I know it comes back down somehow.
It's
That's
like Bill O'Reilly used to be like, tides go in, tides go out. No one can explain that. It's like the moon. The moon does it. It pulls. That's what causes the tides.
I'm sitting here like, I do
That's
not
what the
believe
moon
that.
does. Man.
Yeah.
Because of the gravity of the moon
Yeah,
pulling
it
on
has
the
a
earth.
pull on the top. Yeah.
That's what makes the ocean move? I was like wind, or like
Well,
I don't know, or like
I mean-
or like I was just like if a whale were to like jump up in the ocean, in the middle of the ocean.
That caused some, yeah. But
yeah, well, and the wind
tides,
too, but the
we're
tide.
talking
Like,
about like the
big-
daily
yeah,
tides.
winds will make like some like white caps. Tides will pull the ocean. Like,
Huh.
Like,
you know,
you ever
like that-
see that situation
That
where,
is weird to
like,
think about.
if you're standing on the beach and you're not familiar with the beach and you see a wall of water, you need to run because it's the tides. They're coming back. And where you're standing will soon be occupied by water. You don't know how deep it's going to be. So you gotta get out of there as quick as possible.
Right.
Also, if you see them go way far out, it's a tsunami and you need to run.
Yeah, you can-
You need to get into a car.
I think that's how you handle a tsunami. Get in a car.
Yeah.
go to high ground.
Well, I feel like that's like a given, but like a
Well,
car,
hey.
you get in. I feel like a car would get wrecked.
I don't know. I feel
Would
like
you
it
rather
could be a boat.
you?
Yeah, I guess.
Because if
not
it's
in a
just
car,
you,
of
then
course.
that car that's traveling in the water is
My
going to
plan,
hit you.
I would
know,
try
like-
to like find like a tree and then just like hug it. They're just try to.
I don't.
get something
I don't think
solid.
you understand the force.
Yeah, I don't think
of
like
It
water.
will wash you away, along with potentially the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
guess my
it's like
strength-
some.
The car, you're strapped in, you're breathing. That's all you can really hope for.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking you drive away as fast as you can.
Yeah, because you can see tsunamis are huge. Like
Yeah.
you can see them coming.
And that
they'll have
terrifying
sirens.
sight.
Yeah.
Oh God, I watched that one
Yeah.
movie. It's like I don't even know, a disaster or something. This family goes on vacation in like Japan, and then like that huge tsunami hits. Just like the scene when it hits, man, nuts. I know it's probably nothing like what it. I mean, somewhat like what a real tsunami, but like, oh my God, it was so crazy. All right.
You know what? You know what you should do if a tornado hits? Let's say you can't get in your car fast enough to avoid it. It's like right on you. Go under your car. That's how you avoid it. Or if there's let's say you're just walking beside a road and you see a tornado. If you see a rut, get in the rut.
It was a rut, like a.
Like level ground.
Oh, like down the valley spot.
Yeah.
See, like I would have just thought, man, just like get in the hallway and put your hands over your head, you know.
I'm talking if you're outside. like if you're
Because we are all after high school aged. Okay?
I never understood that, man.
What?
Like the hallway, get down and put your hands over your head.
Well, you're surrounded by cinder blocks, and there's
Yeah,
no
but like
glass.
what I'm thinking is, why put us all in one spot? That tornado gets to that one spot, you're worried.
But it's the safest spot in the building. That's why you're all there.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like, all right, let's put like 10% of them in this really unsafe spot,
Yeah.
and like 15% in this like okay
Although
spot.
those-
That way, at least some of us will. There's a
exactly.
good chance that only a couple of us are gonna get hit by
All
this
the low
thing.
grade kids, they're going to like the danger
Exactly.
zone, man.
What's your GPA? Go to the library. What's your GPA?
Post it on the
Step
doors.
outside.
Yeah, go to the courtyard, man, outside.
Tornado shelter 4, GPA above.
Or like A through J, get in the courtyard.
Oh, man.
K through Z.
You just
get
pull
in
a
the
lottery
gymnasium.
thing, like just pull a little card every time you walk into the building, just in case.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It'll tell you where you're going.
1 through 15. Stupid.
Walk to your death. All right.
Sometimes you have to.
What are you drinking real quick before I ask?
It's lemon juice and water.
Oh, it looked like watered down milk, man. I couldn't get
But
I couldn't get a
it's a little too much. I don't think this lemon juice is good anymore. And I'm gonna throw it away before I leave. I've been drinking a lot of lemon juice lately. It's
Not tasting right.
yeah, it's not tasting right. It's not. There's more pulp than I expected. But as you can see, I'm like at the bottom. You know.
I think we're trying to turn that 2% milk into 1%. You know, dash some water in there. That's how I do it. That's how I would do it.
All right.
Yeah, too.
Fair enough.
All right, that's good.
Okay. Back to poetry. We derailed. This is called In Between Light and Dark. Light and dark, good and evil. That's the normal scope of things, right? I don't think it's that simple, though. I mean, too much light can hurt your eyes, and darkness is necessary to feel cozy. I believe the true evil lies in the extremes, and that good can be found somewhere in between.
What's the point that you're getting at?
I guess this one I just wrote after we were talking about doing like writing of our own short stories. I was looking into like what I'm gonna pick for like the scope of what's happening in mine, and like a lot of times in these fantasy books, it's like this is like they have like dark powers, and like this is the light team, or like some version of that. It's just like, or just good fighting evil, and it's always tied like if your powers or whatever have you like relates to light, that's good. Dark is bad. For me,
Yeah.
It's like, well, I don't know. I feel like it might be interesting if like there's something in the middle of that. You know, maybe these light people, like, you know, maybe being on either side of the extremes is not the right way.
All right.
Yeah, I like that one a
Yeah,
lot.
that makes sense.
Yeah. I dig it,
Alright.
man. Like, yeah.
Dan, thank you again for coming on.
Yeah. I'm looking
I,
forward to the
I
next one.
appreciate it immensely.
Yep.
You're just racking up the stats,
Guest
dude.
MVP, baby.
Jeez,
MVP,
jeez,
baby.
dude.
God, man.
It's like Karl Malone becoming like the most prolific free throw shooter ever, despite not being good at free throws. Like he wasn't particularly good at free throws, but he just kept on hitting them. Like
Same with me, man. I just don't miss, man. Ah, man. It's been great, guys. I just was gonna get you to wrap this thing up, man.
Oh man. Boom. Any more thoughts?
I think I'm good.
All right. I've been Spice.
I'm Boom.
And as always, I'm Bam.
We'll see you later.